Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down the must-see shows here in Universal Studios Florida, and we're including essentially the shows from both parks, so from Universal Studios Florida all the way over to Islands of Adventure. Universal Studios Florida definitely has the majority of the shows, while you'll see Islands of Adventure for the most part is going to have shows within the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. But they do have a nighttime show over at Islands of Adventure. Over in Universal Studios Florida, there is no nighttime show at this point in time. However, word on the street is that might change in the near future. We'll just have to wait and see. But these are essentially the shows that you will want to check out when you come over to Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure Park. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Okay, so the first show that you're going to want to check out here at Universal Orlando, and we are over at Universal Studios Florida, and we have Animal Actors. So this is a live show, and again, this show is really perfect for families with young kids. Essentially, just like it sounds, different animals will essentially perform throughout the show, and they'll perform various acts. So some of these animals include dogs, cats, birds, and some of the tricks that they perform are stunts like jumping through courses, acting on command, just different stuff like that. So you'll be able to also, part of the things that we like about it is sometimes families can be kind of like a part of the show. So you kind of never know what you're going to get. And of course, whenever you're dealing with animals, you really never know what you're going to get. So, you know, every show is different in that aspect as well. But again, this is one of the more popular ones here in Universal Studios Florida. So come and check it out. Also, once you're over here, I don't know if you guys could see it behind me, well, that's SpongeBob, but over in that corner is E.T. I mean, you can't come to Universal Studios Florida and not go on E.T. It's up for debate, but in my opinion, it's just facts. So that's number one. Okay, so another show that you're going to want to come check out, and let me see if I can get it behind me. It's a little loud here too, also it's a little bright. But Celestina Warbeck, live performance here in Diagon Alley, and essentially, just like it sounds, you have some live music, kind of bringing everything to life. It's another one of those really cool things that specifically in Diagon Alley, you're going to see there's only one main ride plus the Hogwarts Express, right? So like little things like that. And in my opinion, it really has the perfect location because it's out of the sun. So you are in the shade, you get to kind of relax a little bit. Diagon Alley is by far my favorite land, if you want to call it that, within all of Universal Orlando. So I really just enjoy coming here, enjoying the show. There is one more that we will talk about, but we kind of lucked out, perfect timing. Be sure to come check it out or ask a team member for the times throughout the day. Okay, so the next show here at Universal Studios Florida, over in essentially Diagon Alley, and we do have the Tales of Beedle the Bard. So this is again one of my personal favorites here in Diagon Alley, and guests can watch a performance of either the Fountain Fair Fortune or the Tale of the Three Brothers, which uses a stunning mix of live acting and puppetry. So essentially this is kind of, you know, a real like show. It's a little different from the other, you know, musical sort of shows that we've been talking about to this point. But again, it's in Diagon Alley. Keep an eye out for it, especially if you're looking for ways to just mix your day up and get out of the sun. Okay, so another one of the really cool things and some of the really cool shows that they have going on at Universal Studios Florida specifically are going to be the street shows. So I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but they are getting ready for a performance, and we do have the Beat Builders. So this is located in the Hollywood area of the park, and the Beat Builders are musical construction workers that showcase their talents of urban percussion directly from the Universal website. So you can see they're getting up pretty high on that scaffolding, and this is a really cool show. And again, this is like the perfect mix between a live performance and then music, right? All that good stuff. So they use their tools to bang on buckets, poles, workbenches, and so much more. Keep an eye out for the street performances throughout the park. Okay, so I don't know if you guys could see right behind me, but another show that you will not want to miss here in Universal Studios Florida is going to be the Blues Brothers show. So this is the perfect mix between comedy and live music, you know, a little rhythm. It's going to be in this New York section of Universal Studios Florida, and essentially you'll see, just keep an eye out for the car right behind me. They are going to make a little turn, but you can follow along, and then once they get out, there's going to be live music. And another one, this is one of those street performances that Universal Studios Florida is so well known for, and it's one of my personal favorites. It's a lot of fun, especially when you're trying to, you know, kind of just break your day up here in the park. So be sure to keep an eye out for the Blues Brothers. Okay, another one of the live street performances here at Universal Studios Florida is going to be Marilyn Monroe and the Diamond Bellas right behind me, as you can see, as they get ready to go back to wherever it is they are going. So this is going to be in the New York area, right next to Revenge of the Mummy, essentially. And it's also right across from Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon. So you can catch a performance from the Diamond Bellas, and this show can be easy to miss as they only perform a few songs, like Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, for guests to enjoy. And of course, some of fan favorites is just Marilyn Monroe being in the mix here in the park. So be sure to keep an eye out for that show as well. Okay, so another one of the shows, and in my opinion, one of the best shows here in Universal Studios Florida. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. But this one is really, really high on the list, and that is the Bourne Stuntacular. So if you're looking for a show that's a little bit more thrilling, you have to come check this show out. It's the perfect mix between live action, really, really cool technology, and again, it's over in Universal Studios Florida. If you've seen the movies too, they did a really, really cool job of, like, you know, kind of bringing in some hidden Easter eggs from the original Bourne movies into the show. And again, in my opinion, the technology is up there as some of the coolest technology that they'd have in all of the theme parks. So come check it out, Universal Studios Florida. You definitely won't want to miss it. Okay, so another fan favorite, and I would say a must-do on the list of shows to come check out in Universal Orlando, specifically over at Universal Studios Florida, and that is the Horror Makeup Show. So, as you know, Universal Studios Florida is well known for Halloween Horror Nights. At the time of the recording of this video, it is October of 2023, and we are essentially in the middle of Halloween Horror Nights. One of the cool things about the Horror Makeup Show is that it kind of brings the horror into the parks all year round. Essentially what it does is they'll show you like the backstories, and they'll show you essentially what goes into all of the old school movies and all of the, you know, the special effects of the old horror movies, specifically because Universal really was, you know, the first to get into the horror genre, right? So the other cool thing that I really like about it is because it's live, it's almost a different show every single time. Now, of course, there are, you know, specific moments when everyone kind of knows it's coming, but in my opinion, it's a live show, really, really cool, specifically just because of Horror Nights. It like fits the park so well, and definitely a must-do on your next Universal Orlando vacation, especially since it's indoors too. Get out of that AC and take a break. Okay, so we hopped over to Islands of Adventure, and I'm standing over here because it's a little noisy over there, but essentially this show is going to be Oh, the Stories You'll Hear. So you can kind of hear them actually. I think they're getting ready for the show. But essentially what this is guests will not only be entertained by a musical type show, but they will also see various characters from the Seuss books and movies that we know and love. So some of the characters that you'll get to see a retelling of are either the Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, the Grinch, or Lorax. And essentially it does have songs and dance in the background. There's a lot going on right now. I wasn't expecting this, but this is the Seuss Landing Park, so I guess I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest with you. I'm gonna hop out of here before I have an anxiety attack. We'll move on to the next show. Okay, so there are a couple of shows over in Hogsmeade Village here in Islands of Adventure. So there's a stage right behind me. So the first show you'll want to come check out is going to be the Triwizard Spirit Rally. Essentially, if you're a big Harry Potter fan, you will love the Triwizard Spirit Rally. The show is directly inspired by the Triwizard Cup tournament, held in the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire book and movie. Witness the talents of the Triwizard champions holding duels, performing stunts, and so much more. So that is the first show. The second show is going to be the Frog Choir, and again, it's going to be same stage. Essentially, the Frog Choir brings a more whimsical performance to the stage with a talented group of witches and wizards accompanied by their frog friends to serenade the crowd. This is going to be more so a musical type of situation, but I would say the best music in the park is obviously the music that they're blasting from the books and the movies. The ambiance here is out of control, and there is going to be one more show that I will fill you in on next. Okay, so another show that you can check out here in Islands of Adventure, and that is going to be the Hogwarts Nighttime Show. So essentially, the thing that I don't like about this show is that you don't know when it's running. It's not running every night. Universal also doesn't have this on the app or the website. If you've been watching my videos, I've talked about this multiple times. It doesn't make any sense to me, but if you're lucky enough to be here on a night that they do have the Hogwarts light show going on, be sure to check it out because it's really, really cool, especially for fans. The other cool thing too is during Christmas time, the show will change and it will be Christmas themed. Again, really, really cool. Hopefully though, you can be here for it. Over at Universal Studios Florida, I'm not even sure at this point if we spoke about the nighttime show. It's currently not going on. I actually think I did in the intro. It's been a long day recording these videos. But hopefully they will bring a nighttime show back over in Universal Studios Florida. If I had to pick between the two, or at least the one they had in the past, I would always go with the Hogwarts show. So that is it, everyone. Those are the must-do shows here at Universal Orlando, over at Universal Studios Florida, and then over at Islands of Adventure Park. As you can see, of course, like I said, there's more going on over at Universal Studios Florida as far as shows go, but of course that makes sense. That is the movies, the OG original Universal Orlando Park. Islands of Adventure, as you can see behind me, got a couple coasters. We actually got a lot of coasters. A couple shows mixed in here and there. Don't sleep on that nighttime show. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys do get lucky. But I really, really hope that you found this video helpful. Hope at least you have some shows on your radar, right? You can go do a little bit more research just to get as prepared as possible for your next Universal Orlando trip. And if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip and you do need a little additional help, just be sure to go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys again so much for checking out this video. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.